and gentlemen, Mina HABIB. Today, Adinaya, with the President and Chairman of the S.L.C.U Central Union, and we will do a short interview about the progress and future event of the S.L.C.U Central Union. And the producer today for the show na BAKARR, and he go and say hi to na.
Family and
the chairman also go and say hi.
Family
Our agenda for today on this program, first I introduce the topics, and then I get opening statements what they make, and then I will ask the chairman what he do achieve for in past from where we take office, and then the school projects, and then peace in our community. S.L.C.U since the former, then get two chairman from the S.L.C.U. The first one, na name Mr. Mohammed T. Bangura, also known as Medoski. Medoski na the founder of S.L.C.U. And under Medoski, then get the constitution. Under Medoski, then all 14 organizations join under Central Union. So at the outline, certain things that we Medoski don't do, since kind of power. Medoski, na under Ram, they initiate the outing. Now under Medoski, they make sure say the union they get 14 organizations the way it join them. During Medoski time, they initiate the school project where they happen at S.L.C.U. To be precise, na Medoski then start the foundation of the school. And during Medoski time also, there was a guitar them way brother organization been get. Then give Central Union for facilitate them, for make them send them na S.L.C.U. Central Union and facilitate, not to get them but they facilitate them, they send na S.L.C.U. And also, Skidam get books them where them get, where them want to send S.L.C.U. Then contact Medoski, then send the chairman. Himself help, then facilitate those books and bring a kind of S.L.C.U. Then distribute them to the people that we forget. Also, under Medoski time, at one point, they may get 300 BAKARR, we then donate to the amputees them na S.L.C.U. We have been very helpful in indeed. So, and during Medoski time, 2011, we been getting problem, like the same kind of problem we face right now. And Medoski regime been make sure say they may get a peace after the problem, and after 2011 confusion, we been come back as one. So, especially these are the things that Medoski don't do as chairman. So that I will make the chairman know, I make everybody know. Now we come to the present chairman, we now Mr. BANGURA, we now the present chairman of S.L.C.U. So now my question to you, Mr. Bangura.
Yes, sir.
Since you take office, tell me what you don't do for this organization.
First of all, before I go further for elaborate on my achievement then as a chairman of this big and wonderful organization of Salvadorians in this community, I just want to also appreciate and thank you so much, HABIB and Mr. Sheikh, for coming up with this initiative, for getting the chairman here right in the studio for talking development of within the Central Union. So that's in the first case. Secondly, my achievement then, first of all, I'll therefore say the following, that I was an integral part of Chairman Medoski regime as a Secretary General of that regime, and worked very hard with Chairman Medoski for ensure that we get the results as you call them. And the things that we achieve right now, they are basically a continuation of waiting we start by then with Chairman Medoski. So by then they talk about certain issues, the school and name it, and me when I come, I decide for continue those things. So basically, I'm just like concretizing the things that will be talked by then with Medoski on the regime because I was part of it. And what are the things that right now I do achieve basically? As I say, like continuation. So if I achieve anything right now, it's because of the blessing of the former chairman Medoski. And the achievement, of course, I'll categorize in specific levels. In the first case, the level of Central Union itself, at a more strategic level. And Central Union, when I take over, of course, just what you say, Medoski regime, we come up with the constitution. And when I take over the 3rd of March 2013, there were 11 organizations who signed the constitution. But today we have 14. So in the first case, 3 organizations come in, we don't sign the constitution. there's a big achievement
under your regime.
Under my regime.
Okay.
Understand? So because they are members, but signing the official constitution, they were 11 in 2013 in March after the election. From then to now, we get extra 3 we sign the constitution. So we welcome BAKARR some also as an organization. That's a big achievement. And the other achievement, of course, has to do with the level of inclusiveness. When we deal with Meduski, we've done a lot of things. Of course, we try to ensure that all the chairmen, all the executive, and all the cities, they feel that they are part and parcel of the system as we have it. And we try our best to ensure that it happens. In the first case, all the executive members, the chairs of the executive are part and parcel of the executive council. When I come, I decide to strengthen that forward, because I realize that communication is one of the biggest challenges we have, for ensure that all organizations feel inclusive into the decision-making process of Sierra Leone Central Union. Just able to say, democratic, of course, that's also what we practice during Meduski regime. And when I can continue that process. So today we have very strong executive body, committed individuals, committed chairmen are all over the map. The 14 chairmen, of course, they all try in the executive for ensure that we have a very strong organization. And of course, the other one where you fail for mention, is the strong institutional development of the advisory council. You know, it's in Central Union, it has to do with the development of institutions. And the advisory council, it was an initiative of Chairman Meduski. Forget an advisory council headed by then. Papa.
An initiative or an creator?
It was his initiative and he created it at the same time.
So now on a regime and create
the advisory council. So headed by Papa Naya when I pack him. So now when I come in, I decide for also continue that process, give powers to the advisory council so they also determine and sometimes criticize we own policies and say BAKARR XYZ is not good. This is our advisory council opinion about this, and we respect that. Of course, we work very hard for ensure that we listen to the advices, because that's also what is very good that we have these institutions. That's a strategic. I think I will not finish it. And you asked me, so I go with the sets of achievement. So at a strategic level, there's another level again. What I would say, the level of policy. Understand? The level of policy. I will talk about 3 things: 1, the youth; 2, talent development; and 3, of course, get to do with the third one. Get to do. I will come to that later when I get back. 1, about the youth. During Meduski time, we talk about the youth. Of course, I can still give credit by then to BAKARR and Direct. You know, come up with ideas, develop a plan, a social plan where we say, okay, now let us get the youths, give attention to the youth, and make sure that we able to give them, empower them. Yeah. So when I come, with the help of Kadwan and the PRO and few Malik and Playboy, I call these names because it's necessary for call them, yeah, and so that people don't forget, you know. So we come up with the conclusion, and come up with the conclusion that we get to get the youth functional, and we made it functional. Today we have 12 to 20 of them that feel in the first case that are part and parcel of the Sierra Leone Central Union. Of course, that in the first case is the youth themselves, because then become so motivated to be part of the system, and we back Central Union open up for say, okay, now come in and take responsibilities. As I speak, next year the youth center organized for the first time we Independent Day. We get for take place on the 30th of April, Independence celebration. Then get for organizing. So we give them the task for do, and we very much hope that the youths them with the leader, Mr. Dauda Toure, the ambassador, will execute that function well. And so that's one. And the second one is talent. Now, it's very important that we recognize our talent, just like Baba Sheikh. He's a talent, just like you. You are talent. If we not able to upgrade and recognize these talents in this community, then I feel we lead a loose community. So what I did in my own, one of the things that I do was, for instance, in 2013, we give subsidies. We identify these talents. We give them, I work with Elbok organization called that day for organize the first talent award. We give to more than 20 to 30 talents across this country. And we move forward for the subsidies. We subsidize, for example, SLMM movie, The Hindover. We give to Kevin Bob in movie. We give to the Women Convention. We give to the women in Hindover. and so on and so forth. We give them subsidy. Of course, the money is small, but that's a recognition on their part that as a union, we stand strong. The artists, of course, we outing, we never get a podium there, but we put a podium there basically for the artists them, so that they go talk, they go sing and present their talents them during the outing. The DJs them, of course, through Mami Ali and Playboy and the rest, they will come with DJ Unite, and we support that process. Not by giving them money, but we make it in a way that the money they get, partly from Central Union, but partly also from the organizations. So we support that process. So it's also about recognizing them, recognizing that these are our talents and we get to do a lot for able take them down the level. Now, that's in terms of policy. And there's also what's called alliances building. As a union, we are not working in Ireland. Understand? We get a whole lot of sets of organizations then around Central Union. The Muslim Jama, the churches, Kono Union, Diaspora, Kenema Diaspora, even Denachia. There are a series of organizations there will not be part of Central Union. Lot. We as a union, therefore, get
you want to talk about tangible things that we don't do in the union. Tangible things. These are issues that people not see, but not to be functionable with the organization. Now, I want to point out the tangible things that you don't do for this organization to take power.
That's what I'm saying. These are tangible things. Of course, you don't see them.
Yeah, tangible things people will see. Like, for example, the buildings.
No, I'm coming there. I'm coming there.
Longer time.
No, okay, but again, the fact that I'm sitting here, I get the opportunity to talk about these things, and I feel like I forget the opportunity also. Not only talk about those tangible things, but the thing that we only see. Because this thing we only see is so very important. Not only, for instance, let me finish this. Let me come to the school because it's very important for talk about these issues. Now we also get for know what is tangible here is that we get a very in terms of alliance building, we get a strong relationship with the embassy. That is tangible. Even we will not feel say necessary, but we feel say necessary. We get a strong MOU with the embassy. In fact, one day happened at the diaspora community for see diaspora organization getting an MOU with the embassy, which is new. Thank God to we Papa, we are the ambassador. We see that as a very functional thing for work. We get an MOU together, and we are working within a framework. And today again, we get a very big time MOU with the Office of the Diaspora in Sierra Leone that is under the Office of the President. Now you can say, BAKARR, this is not tangible, but I will take it. It is a strategically tangible because for ensure that the organization position itself as the biggest organization of diaspora all over the world, definitely you get to tell them that we have a very strong relationship with our government today in Sierra Leone, both the embassy and the government. And of course about the school. Now in terms of tangible, then you will say, okay, now the school. But me, I see, of course with the Oname regime, we have today, we get the school. When I took over from Meduski, we tried for the 4 different foundations. And when I come, as I will continue from which Chairman Meduski left. From 4 different foundations, today we get the school functional. These are 4 different classrooms in there. If I not to 4, in fact, we get 5 different classrooms there, plus office. We have 2 rooms office. And each of these classrooms, trust me, they take more than 50 students. And we're not left there. And today, this school, this building, is one of the biggest and best in Lungi. We're not left there. They want people guest house right now. And we're not left there. They want the toilet for no computer. And we still get more challenges ahead of us. But I want to say again something, Mr. Habib, that building this school is just a furniture. It's useless if we not get these intangible things that we talk about, these invisible things that we talk about. And these are things that we're not going to talk about them. And it's sad. Without a curriculum, without the management, this school is just a furniture. It's useless. And that's what we've been doing in the past. Make sure we get a very strong curriculum. We connect the school with the local context. We connect the school with the agriculture development of Lungi, onion trade, G-blocks, horticulture. Lungi is a very productive place. So we therefore make sure that which school that is visible is connected to the agricultural development of
About Chairman, that now what's in the come next?
No, but it not to the what's in the can. These are documents that we have developed. So it is not what is coming next. So even take the time, put consultant them together to ensure that we have a curriculum. Of course, not the same they're going to struggle for bring ideas together. It's a document, and that document we took us nearly 1 year to develop. Yeah, And secondly, the management. The management we've developed, we have a management right now, a ad hoc management, consisted of people from S.L.C.U representative in Sierra Leone, the people in Awasaya and Crozet, headed by an acting principal, when a pensioner person, a veteran. That has been done. It's an achievement in its own. Yeah? So we not only get the school, why should they work on the school for computer? We get the management, we get the curriculum, and we get the registration process to the ministry that they recognize the school. This school, it gets a bank account right now, its own bank account. Not to say that we don't do already. So it's an achievement. So basically, Mr. Habib, if you ask me about what we don't do X, Y, Z things that are very relevant. And finally, last Saturday, big dinner, award, one of the biggest and good of its kind in the society, where you enjoy and get opportunity to present an issue we already work on. So basically, I feel I'm very proud, extremely very proud.
But I feel say they left some things out where we listen at tangible things like the Ebola fight, what you don't do through the Ebola struck, what you happen, what you don't do, all those things I think we need for outline the people and the importance of that. And the last way the Florida Kunafriton, what you do as well, those are the things that I think say what you talk to is very relevant, and this is not the structure and like I said no more for push the organization before and long-term plan. But those are the things we are also just now things away, things we see directly, we impact, it cause impact directly, immediately.
That's true.
Well.
That's true. I will say it, but again, I will also very much because I use this channel for discourse. You're also very fine for more when they talk about these invisible things. Because why should they talk about these physical things that we don't sell, of course, 100 bags of rice through the youth, the effort, don't sell more than 50,000 worth of solar lights across the country, supplied to more than 1,000, 1 to 500 people in the country. These are visible things, but we also therefore talk about those things that you and me need to see. Like this. We need to talk things in way that like documents, things in way an idea, when I even map them out in a document form. If I follow to talk about them, because one thing people, the notion of people get something is Central Union, they just dip at the school, they just dip at the outing. But these are visible things outing, independent. But don't know that we are working on institutional development where you and me need to see. But these are things that are real, that we have to work on. So basically, I am very much aware that I have to present some of these concrete things, consider the type of population we deal with. But also very important as a leader of this big organization for explain to also the people that why should they work on these concrete things? We also build institutions for support these concrete things. And the institutions are curriculum, management for support the school. And we as a Sierra Leone community get a strong link with our embassy and they protect we fully. You see their presence during the dinner was perfect and good. And that is a clear manifestation that those institutions that we are building, well organized and they're strong. So basically, Mr. Habib, we've tried our best, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, I'm also proud of everything we S.L.C.U, especially you as a chairman, because you tell me I joined and we don't care a lot about that. Yeah. You don't do well. And one of the two that I want to point out, we are very, very happy for. Now the past dinner way they just initiate. Yeah. Now this is a way we Sierra Leone people, we will give Sierra Leone people in Holland free for what thing they do for S.L.C.U. Yeah. So at least every year, if this continue, it will be fine. Way it will be say all Sierra Leone and Holland will go studio, look how the thing is nice. Yeah. It's so fine. People in the studio discuss. Yeah. It is so unique, you know. So this is now a way for give back to the community. This initiative under your regime now very good thing, understand? And the same time when they do back na Sierra Leone, at the same time when they give back na so now it's like win-win situation, you know. And let's go to the next question. Mr. Chairman, as you know, we get polarized community right now. The community is very fragile. People disgruntled all over the place, and the peace is very hard for sustain. I mean, things don't go the way it's supposed to be. You understand? We don't face now at one point, 2011, and now we're facing now back all over again. And during Medoski time, we've been spending a lot of time and do all he can for make sure say we get peace in the community and people can come together. Yeah. You understand? And now, yeah, it's like a deja vu. You don't come all over again. Now you're under your regime. So what in your plan is strategy for bring back people and back together and make peace kind of the community for once and for all?
First of all, let me just tell you that we are not at war with nobody. I think you go agree with me
100%.
That the dinner we get last Saturday was a manifestation that we are not at war with nobody. That first of all. And secondly, you get to understand that society, as Sierra Leonean society, we come on a war, come on a foreign country, you know, it's very much idealistic for think that we always will be at peace with ourselves. Let us be frank. I am not a philosopher, I'm a realist. But what I assure you is that we try our best for be together. And that's what we've been doing since Meadowskin time. Now, the answer to your question is the following. If I count the amount of peace initiatives during the regime, more than 40. I have solved in this country more than 40 different peace initiatives. 40. When I say 40, I mean dispute them between organizations. Dispute them for instance, the recent one was a show between the artist now as Smokey G and the organization ANEM. It was going to be an escalating one because the dates in the book was almost going to be the same. And I'm very confident that if this show before done in two different locations on the same day, it's going to create a problem. Thank God to we youth then, headed by Chris and the celebrities and Mr. Playboy and the rest of the society and Smokey G and the ANEM people, they come together. They said, let's solve this. And I was there. And we signed an MOU. That tells you the type of society we have. And different. In Rotterdam, you said we know see in Rotterdam, splits. How many 1 or 2 years on a day without any functional system? But we as a union, we intervene. We, through our advisory council, then come up with a workable solution for Rotterdam. So the more than 40 different peace initiatives I have headed here through the advisory council, through the community, through the Muslim Jama, for make sure that there is, even within the Muslim Jama, there was a time where we let Mr. Bangura, may so rest in peace, within Nijmegen. He came up with an idea, say, he want to set up a Jama. And we know it was going to clash with this Jama, Muslim Jama war organized here. And we talked to Bangura within our grave today. Let God help us today. It was our intervention we prevent two different Muslim Jama in this country. Because we know if we get two, it will lead to chaos. We only need one. That one will support and will make it stand. So, my brother, can you imagine all these initiatives that they cost money? We Central Union support some of these initiatives, working 124 hours behind the scenes for ensure that we have a peaceful community. Look like Amsterdam, they are split there, two different organizations. What we did, we sent peaceful people, good people in Amsterdam, of course. We elders here, Meadowskin, Mr. Solomon, they will go to Amsterdam for go talk to the both parties, for come together. We spend there 100 euros. The paddle, these two paddle, we spend 250 euros for them to come together. We spend one whole day, more than 13 people in sit down in one whole room, lock themselves for ensure that we get, but it doesn't work. So we tried our best. And I will continue for trying my best. As you know, with Helmut, tomorrow we get a Saturday, of course, on the 18th or 19th, we get a meeting. And we are coming together. So what I believe is, me as a philosopher, I believe say, with society, it will always remain like this. We're going to make peace, society in the crack, and so we'll make back peace, society in the crack. Because I don't think now for 10 years in the system. For 10 years, I mean, very much embedded in the Salon community, so I know how they operate. So I know say, every union get a own problem. And with society, we never forget say, we get individual problems in this country. And those problems, they're not solved at their own level, and they branch out the organization. Centrally, don't do nobody nothing. It is individualism, and they go and create all these problems. So basically, I see Mr. Habib, in terms of the peace process, the advisory council are doing their best. And me as a chairman, we do our best.
But you get hope saying we will get peace?
Definitely. In fact, there is nothing like peace.
No, but the reality is, you think so we'll achieve it?
Definitely we'll achieve peace. We already, at us, we're not there to hold nobody. We're not there to talk. We're not there to hold nobody. Because anybody will going to party with all the buying and laugh.
Yeah, but that's what it look like. But we all know say problem they can. When some can this one, we see different factions, we will see different people who go out to different ideas, we will see different two outing, you will see two shows. And this is not good for the community because most of the time people will really come outside for can attend this prestigious occasion. When they hear this crisis of the country, they not even want to come. Because last year the outing it be nice, but as you see, we not get this problem. It will be nicer. So what in the process or what in the program we don't put in place for oversee that kind of thing making it happen again?
First of all, let me say, when we did with Bedowski, we get, if I'm not lying, 3 different kata kata. Adumi Aduyu. There's another one again, diaspora come, another one. We go through that phase there. I'm drawing reference to that time because it's very important for me discussion on the future. One thing I believe is the Sierra Leone community, all these things really happen, no panic. We all come together. We all come together under one umbrella. That's the quality of the Sierra Leone community in Holland. Then go scatter, then come together back. Then go scatter, then come together back. Because there is a collective feeling that we are Sierra Leoneans. No matter the difference, we all will come back together. So I promise you that we all go come back together. And already we are working towards that and we'll come back together, definitely.
Chairman, one point something out now. Very important.
Yeah.
In most of the cases, we get this notion say, if we ignore the problem or put the problem on the carpet, it will solve for itself. Yeah. And in most cases, it's not also it can be. So if I make you identify the problem and try to solve them, instead of say, yeah, no problem, everything okay. Whilst behind the scenes, we know so okay. So if you, now the chairman, you say there is no problem with nobody, everything will be fine. You feel say this is the approach where it will help bring people together?
First of all, we not get problem. We not get problem.
But we get differences.
But we get differences, of course.
Yeah, that's true.
If there are problems with the fire, we say in fact.
Yeah, but how we see the differences?
No, I'm coming. The situation is good for distinguish between 2 things. One, there's a thing of we fight physically because we get a difference, but that's not happening in our society, which is good. And the other one, of course, it is all about differences and being able to feel that you are not recognized. The problem we face here is the problem of people feeling that they're not recognized in the system. That is what we face.
But if these people deserve to be recognized, why not recognize them?
We recognize them. We recognize them. For instance, if you see the award what we issue live, it gives you a strong indication that we recognize people. But of course, I'm not going to recognize everybody at the same time. Like me, personally, I've worked for several years. One day I never received a single award.
No, but you're still on tenor.
No,
you award medium power.
No, but it's
maybe power,
no, but that does not matter. It can as well be say, BAKARR, now we give you award. But it doesn't matter. What's matter for me, I'm doing the job. So
when you do on tenor, like Medoski deserve a medal now because he don't
no, he got already.
So you when you're on the tenor, not necessarily supposed to give medal now. Don't you work first, then we grade you after.
I know we believe in that.
That's not the procedure. They never give Obama award. American will get award because in a president, good president. After you come on with and say, okay, Mr. Obama, this and this.
Well, that now so Obama on your level. Obama on your level. We are civil society movement. It's a volunteer organization. What I want to say
okay, Mr. Chairman,
let's finish this situation. Is that what is important here for know is that we get a strong institutional advisory council members. We get passionate people about the community peace, and they are doing their job. 24 hours calling people for ensure that the society is stable. You and the rest, the Muslim Jamaat, the rest of the community, everybody they work for make we ensure that. So it is a collective thing. It's not around the chairman alone. No, it is a collective thing wherein everybody is involved in the process one way or the other, for make sure that the community and this will always continue. We will come together today. Tomorrow back we will get problem. Next tomorrow we'll come back together. But the good thing about Sierra people, trust me, they are so sweet and nice people. They will always come together.
Yeah, I'm optimistic. I believe we'll come back together. Because it happened before, and by God, it will come. Now, last question, the final question for this interview. What is the message you give for Sierra Leone people in Holland?
The message to Sierra Leone people in Holland is, of course, very clear and interesting. That is to say, in the first case, I wish you all a very celebrating 2000 and the Christmas celebration in the first case. Secondly, a successful end of 2015 and look up to a very positive 2016. For those of us who stay here and enjoy the show, I wish you all the best, that we celebrate that peacefully and that we enjoy it. And some of us who for going to freedom, that we able to meet with loved ones, some of us lost with parents then, that we bear and that we continue for pray for a successful future. And then lastly, I want to say, the Sierra Leoneans in Holland, in the first case, I'm one of the most happiest chairman right now here because of the love when I get for the Central Union as manifested by the dinner owner come the last time in huge numbers.
Yeah.
And I think that dinner for me is a clear manifestation that when I love the union, when I love the community in Progress One. And that love is what we have to nurture. That love, that brotherhood, that sisterhood, the love that we are Sierra Leoneans, we are here in Holland as Sierra Leoneans, is that love we get from nurture. The feeling that we are all Sierra Leoneans. There is one only country, and that is Sierra Leone. And we should come together. And that we should learn for be different with one another, of course, but learn to agree that differences could always exist. But when they exist does not mean that we will tear away ourselves apart. We must be able to come together and be frank to one another and hope that that will lead to the success we want to see and leave a better society for children there, because always they do so right now. The Moroccans are very successful right now. It's because when the first generation come, they work hard for ensure that the picking them when they get, they will move from that level. That's what we're doing now. Build the structure, but we left the youth and take over. The youth, the picking and come and continue the process. That's what we are doing now. And we are doing it. It's painful. It's costing us money. Nobody's paying us. All of us, what we are doing is well. I recognize everybody. And I pray for now that we have a very successful year and that we have next year very nice outing, one outing in this country. That's what I'm praying for. And definitely we'll get it. And I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. And thank you also very much, Mr. Habib, for these hot questions and very much intelligent way of asking. And of course, as a chairman, sometimes you are triggered by certain dynamics and you have to explain. And of course, Mr. Babashek, for this wonderful studio. Thank you very much for that.
So many people are ready, chairman, and you don't conclude. This is not the message you get for now. And we'll continue for updates on how things come, because the purpose of this video now for make transparency and make like people and get exactly what happened at the Central Union. The Central Union, as I earlier saying, now a organization for all Sierra Leoneans. You're welcome for be part. You just need to contact you local chairman within the state, and we encourage all Sierra Leoneans for be part of organization at the student day. No matter what, you have to be with your people, because one day you get for go home, or one day we die and people get for go bury you. So I advise them, you advise to all Sierra Leoneans, make we be part of an organization. No left people them, not two people them, all in as foreigner, never. I like you get 5 Dutch passports, you're still a Sierra Leonean. So when I go to the chairman on talk from the horse's mouth, based on all within the happen of the country. So we appeal to all Sierra Leoneans. If you get differences, you get problem, make we discuss and make we talk, make we not divide ourselves. We need each other right now, and we need one outing, one SLCU. Any organization we get problem, make it break the problem before, we try to see how we solve it. If I reach here, me and a host, HABIB Jallo of S.L.C.U. Rotterdam. Thank you very much, Mr. Babashek, for your good job. Peace.